Hi, I'm James Zhao. I'm the host of the China Current. I happen to be in Manila today, but I'm going to bring you over to New York to try out a new restaurant called Junzi Kitchen.
My name is Zhao Yong. I'm the co-founder and Junzi Kitchen CEO. I was born in Liaoning, in Panjin, one of the immigrant cities in China, to open the Liaoning-Liaohe oil field. When I was born, it was the start of that city. And today it has 1.4 million people there. So I went through the whole process of a small community to a large city, and eventually went to Beijing for my college and came to New Haven, Yale for my graduate school, came to New York for work. So I went through a lot of different worlds. Junzi Kitchen is a chain restaurant in America right now, open have 4 units. It's featuring a authentic and healthy, fast Chinese food. The first restaurant was at Yale in New Haven. So because we're a Yale startup, so at the moment we know the market and then we know our friends there. So we just start with a small shop around Broadway at the center of the Yale campus.
What are we cooking?
Making mushrooms, pretty straightforward. King oyster mushrooms and beach mushrooms, you do a mix with carrots. It's one of the proteins we serve at Ginsa. Super delicious, really savory, simply seasoned, just cooked properly at a high temperature, the way it's supposed to be. Awesome. So this is our beef shank. Beef shank that's braised with about 9 different types of spices. Soy sauce, vinegar, that sort of thing.
Did you have this growing up?
I didn't. Yong certainly did. The Chinese word for this is jiangyou. The main flavors are clove, star anise, chili pepper.
Is there something cathartic about cooking the food that you cook physically?
Sort of. It's interesting in this case to show people different textures of meat that people didn't know existed.
So what type of food did you grow up eating?
A lot of home-style Hong Kong food, super simple. You'd come home and my sister would cook, or I would cook, or my mother would cook tomato and eggs, eggplant, steamed fish, straightforward Cantonese food. Catering.
There's 46,000 Chinese restaurants in America, and in the future will get bigger on the demand side. On the supply side, a lot of Chinese restaurant owners, they retire in like 5 to 10 years. Think if all the Chinese restaurants start closing, not because of change of demand, but a change of supply. And then that's empties out a lot of market to open new brands and new ideas of Chinese food. Yes, it's very difficult to make a small restaurant profitable. But in America, there's a lot of chain restaurant brands. You look at McDonald's, look at KFC, look at a lot of Chipotle, Sweetgreen. To make a company that's actually valuable in the market as a chain restaurant brand is actually a very viable business model in America. From our food, you can have a feeling that it's elevated, everyday Chinese food. So that's a rare feeling in America when you find Chinese food vendors of restaurants. You either have the Chinese restaurant that if you find 95% of the customer is from China, so you kind of feel, especially when you're not from China, you probably feel kind of risky to explore the menu. You don't know what to get. Or you find that 95% of the customers is non-Chinese. You know, it's like probably Americanized Chinese food. You feel there's a certain gap between the authenticity and the food offering there. So we're trying to bridge a gap to make the accessible Chinese food experiences that the Chinese people will believe this is actually real. But in the meantime, that the customer feel it's very accessible in everyday food. So to have that kind of bridge accessibilities is to bring a new idea of Chinese culture.
We've got lots more videos, so like, follow and subscribe at The China Current.